Hi, good morning everybody. Welcome to Inside the Numbers, the video on the channel. If you're new here, I usually use the board for trades and so on, and numbers of course. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about the trade, guys, and I want to break down a few things. We'll talk about it. Eric Robinson is, for me so far, people just don't seem to give a damn and think this is a joke, and not me, not how I'm feeling about this deal. And I'm going to go over why in a second. First, let's look at his career. Here we go. Okay, there you see it, guys. 6'2", 205 pounds. We had him listed as 211. I'll show that in a sec. 266 games, 38 goals, 44 assists, 82 points. For a very low career, 40 penalty minutes as well. If you look at his penalty minutes in his career, very low. Lady Bing low, very low. Okay, now let's look at the headline. Okay, and it reads, the Buffalo Sabres have acquired forward Eric Robinson from the Columbus Blue Jackets in exchange for a conditional 7th-round pick, originally belonging to Nashville, in the 2025 NHL Draft, the team announced Wednesday. Buffalo has loaned forward Brandon Biro to the Rochester Americans in a corresponding move. Robinson, 28, is 82 points, 38 goals, 44 assists, and 266 NHL games, spanning 7 seasons with Columbus, including 24 points, 12 goals, 12 assists last year in 72 games. Says here, though, 6'2", 211. So you take it for what it is. 211-pound forward has 1 goal in 7 games with the Blue Jackets this season, and 4 points, 1 goal, 3 assists, and 9 AHL games with the Cleveland Monsters this season. Okay, so getting through all that, that being said, what's the one thing they don't talk about here? I mean, they talk about, even if you look at what the Sabres put as an outlier to the people. Today's hockey just doesn't talk about hitting. They don't talk about hitting. And sorry, guys, but for those of you that are in denial, this is why we're in a mess. This is the number one reason the Buffalo Sabres suck. Because we're weak and soft. Until we fix that, nothing's happening, okay? And I'll tell you what, Granato's part of the problem till he changes his coaching strategies and does something. Okay, let's take a look, guys. I broke this down. Our leader, Kyle Okposo, okay? I figure it's a fair comparison. Same, bottom line guy, hits, things like this. Robinson, we've seen 266 games, 38 goals, 44 assists, 82 points, penalty minutes 40 in his entire career. Very impressive, actually, when I show you what else happens here. 87 blocks, 435 hits. 435. And nobody's talking about this. Everybody's just saying, oh, he only has 38 goals, 266 games. Adams is a joke. This and that. This is better than any of our forwards we've had in the last 4 years. Better. But nobody's saying that. Nobody. Me. That's it. 92 takeaways, only 64 giveaways. A plus 28 in that department on a shit team. Yeah, I'm ranting a bit. On a shit team. Columbus. On a garbage team, he has these numbers. You tell me. Okposo, our leader, who was making, for the majority of these 262 games I'm going to talk about, $6 million a year. Well, this guy was making what? Pennies compared to him? 46 goals. So Okposo scored 8 more goals, had 22 more assists, so 30 more points. For what? About $25 million more dollars? 115 penalty minutes, which I don't mind. The more penalty minute thing, I'm okay with. But he had 87 blocks, Okposo had 90. He has 435 hits, Okposo has 235, folks. And this is our leader, right? I mean, for those of you that say this is our leader, well, this is our leader. I'm showing you our leader. 6 less takeaways, and Okposo's done 17 more giveaways. The numbers don't lie, right? So I'm just comparing him to Okposo because for those of you that have a man crush on Okposo and believe we can't survive without him. Well, I just want to show you the numbers there, okay? With a guy that most of you probably are saying, why the hell did we get him? Why? Because he hits a hell of a lot more than anybody on this team. Anybody. So for me, this is a great move. We have to do something. We're so damn soft, it's ridiculous, okay? Robinson last year. I'm going to compare last year's top hitting forward, which was Girgensons, okay? So 72 games. He had 12 goals, 12 assists, 24 points. Girgensons, 10 goals, 8 assists, 18 points. No big deal there. That doesn't really matter to me. It's fine. Penalty minutes, 6, 14. Pretty much. It's fine. That doesn't matter. Blocks. Girgensons a lot more. 49. He has him beat there. 49 to 32. But in 8 less games, he has 28 more hits. 8 more takeaways. But 9 more giveaways. So let's be fair there too. So we can say that's a wash. Girgensons last year had 28 less hits in 8 more games played. So if this guy had 10% more, he'd probably have another 12 hits, let's say. So 136 hits. He would have had 40 more hits than anybody on our team last year. A rough number. This year, this is an important stat, guys. Robinson, 7 games played, 19 hits. Not one penalty. Not one penalty. Pretty impressive. 1 goal. Girgensons this year, 20 games played, 31 hits, 2 goals. And Greenway second in these are our top 2 hitting forwards this year. 21 games played, 29 hits for 2 goals. I guarantee if you do the math, Robinson would be leading this team in hits. In forwards. In forwards. Maybe even in defensemen. Because he has, about close to 3 hits a game. Yeah, he'd be leading the team in hits. Look, I'm not saying he's going to keep up this pace all year, but you get what I'm trying to come at here, guys. This thing about writing this guy off, sometimes a trade works out. Sometimes. Now, are we going to probably make more trades? Yeah, I'm guessing. I'm guessing this isn't Adams' big splash of the season, but it sure as hell is welcome by me. Like, for Sabres fans that are mad at this, get a clue, because we need hitting on this team, guys. Like, I don't get today's generation of kids that think we don't need hits to survive in this league. Yeah, I know it's a wuss league now, don't get me wrong, but don't tell that to the Bruins when they want to be mean on certain nights. I don't know about you guys, the Bruins are a hell of a lot better than our organization. They are. You know, that's a cold hard truth. I could show you teams that hit more than us, Tampa Bay, even Toronto, that hit more than us. They're doing better, last I checked, in the standings. For me, guys, the main problem is goddamn Granato. I'm sick and tired of it. I'm sick and tired of the wuss hockey. I was go look at Alex Tuch's career and check his numbers. You're going to see last year, you're going to see, yeah, well, last year he got better numbers. Well, you know, it's called a career year. You know, it's called a career. What happens when a player comes into the NHL and he's good, after 5 or 6 years, he kind of plateaus. It's called a career year for you young folks that are, I don't know, 18, 19, or just learning, watch the game, whatever it is. Come on. You can't take physical play out of hockey and survive. I've been bitching about this, guys, for years. I'm sick of it. And when I see the Sabres fans' reaction to a trade like this, you know, the only one that caught this that I spotted was Charlie. Charlie caught the hits that this guy's done. He went and checked. Folks, you have to check all the stats, not just this. Because that doesn't mean shit in the playoffs if you're not doing this in the playoffs. If we're going to make the playoffs, we have to do this first, and this follows. That's always how it's worked in hockey. Show me the last wuss team that's won a Stanley Cup. You can't find one. You can't. You can go and look at the Blackhawks and say, yeah, but they weren't a high-hitting team in their era. No, they weren't. But check them come playoff time. Check what Keith did and those guys come playoff time. When it was time to pull up the socks, they did it. So what pisses me off with something like this today is I don't see any Sabres fans talking about this. I don't even know why then you come to my channel. Because you guys know I believe in that. It's the number one commandment for me as a hockey player is they got to play physical. It's hockey. It's not basketball, folks. It's hockey. Hockey is a team game. It's not one superstar wins everything like in basketball or even football. Because let's face it, any football team without a quarterback is doomed, right? They're doomed. Hockey, you can be without your star player and win the Stanley Cup if your team unites physically in the playoffs. And this is something that separates our game from all the games as the greatest game in the world. Because it's such a team game. It's such a team game that all statistics are important, not just this. I know we're in the soft era. I get it. We're in the soft era. And those of you that are young, you kind of grew up in the soft era where Bettman's trying to make the game showcase the little guys that are 5'8", 5'9", and try to showcase them because they can skate fast. And I don't know, maybe Bettman, because he's smaller, has this complex. I don't know. It doesn't matter to me. I know one thing for sure. Without a team that's going to hit, I don't care what we do, guys. I don't give a damn at this point, really. I'm so sick and tired of watching this team lose and come up with 13 hits like last game. I don't care if the opponent threw 13. We could have threw 30. What I'm saying is it's a choice. The Sabres have a choice to play hard or soft, and Granato chooses soft. So this trade is welcome by me. I would like to see, if we had Tortorella as our coach, what he could do with a guy like this in our lineup in the bottom six. Yeah, that's what I'd like to see. Because right now, guys, we should welcome these 435 hits over with a red carpet. How soft and weak we are physically. You take away, I'm going to tell you something, you take away Clifton out of this lineup, and I'm going to stop it here because I'm getting ticked. Maybe it's because it's early and I'm tired, I don't know. You take Clifton out of this lineup and go check what our average hits per game would be, under 12 and a half without Clifton. And you put in, let's say, Bryson to replace him. Bryson in what is 3 hits a year that he does. You take out Clifton, who everybody's dogging right now. I'd like to see where this team would be, really, without that physical play. Oh my God, we'd be so dead last in hits. We'd be on another stratosphere, guys, physically. So for me, maybe this is a start in the right direction. I'm leaving it there. I'm done. I'm done with my rant. But it ticks me off that Sabres fans aren't at least checking why maybe we got him instead of just looking at this 38 goals in 266 games and saying, oh my God, what are we doing? Well, we're not paying much for him. It's low risk. His contract, there's no term. What's the risk? What have we got to lose at this point by bringing somebody over that hits more than everybody else? Just my thoughts of the morning, guys. Have a good morning. All right. I'll see you in the pregame.